See that? You can't, can you? I wear the same clothes every day, but it's not to simplify my life or to be more like Mark Zuckerberg. I do it because I want to be iconic in the lives of these kids. I want to say things and do things that cement me in their memory as an influence. I want to be the voice they hear about themselves, that guides them to do what's right, to work hard, to be kind, and to find a way. So I buy funny hats. I always wear blue shirts and red shoes and these khaki pants because I hope that I'll stick in their memory. Whoa, that's dark. Why did it get so dark all of a sudden? How's that? That's all right. How's it going? I'm really glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about encouragement, 5 ways to encourage your kids. The first thing I want to say is just how much encouragement we need as parents, and I hope I can give that to you. Not just strategies, but the reality is that there's no perfect way to do this. And it means a lot that you guys would come and listen to some of the stuff I have to share. But I'm figuring it out too, just like you. And hopefully we can figure it out together. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to encourage your kids. And it starts with patience, growing your patience. Because patience is a skill. It's like running fast. It starts painfully. But when you work at it, you get better. One thing that helps me, I like to think of life not as a marathon, as people often say, but as a series of sprints. And growing your patience is that way. There are moments where it feels like you're going to lose it. And that's a lot. I don't know if you've ever tried to go sprinting, but the difference between a sprinting and a marathon is, 1, it's a lot faster, but 2 is that you have to rest. You have to rest. So one of the best ways to grow your patience is to build into your life and your schedule the rest you need to be able to stay positive and stay calm. So much of your ability to be patient comes down to what you are expecting. Be flexible. Change your expectations. If you see that your kids are doing poorly, expect that they will continue to do poorly until over time you build their skill. Second strategy for encouraging your kids. Focus on what they can do rather than on who they are. Saying things like, don't you want to be a good kid, or you don't want to be a bad kid. Even setting goals around that. It's really tough. It sets them up for that shame-blame cycle where they're always trying to prove that they're okay. So don't even add that into the equation. Focus on doing a good job with some specific criteria. You cleaned your room. You did it this many days this week. I'm really glad. I'm really proud of you. Really, relationships are built by what you do, not by who you are. In the same way, praise their mindset. How did you deal with that situation? I loved how you stayed calm. I loved how you looked at that problem and really solved it. Get them thinking about their frame of mind. And that way, they will become more mindful, not just of their mood and not just of their feelings, but of how they approach difficulties and how they solve problems. Another way to encourage your kids, give them a purpose. What I mean by that is, give them something to strive for, something that they can make better. Give them responsibility for things. Not just for their room or for their job, of things like that, but things that they know are important to you. Give them a purpose at school, in their class, in your home, a role to play. We often, I think too often, talk to kids about changing the world or making the world a better place. And honestly, as an adult, I don't know how to do that. And I certainly don't think my kids are able to, but they can make our family a better place. They can build up the relationship they have with their brothers, They can make their classroom a kinder classroom, a place where someone who feels left out has someone to turn to, someone's looking out for them. Maybe even their school can be improved. If they're a leader, if they step up with great ideas, give them a tangible purpose and they will be encouraged that they can make a difference in their community, because community is what matters. Next strategy for encouraging your kids: give them your values. When your kids have your values, they can go out into the world and be confident that they're making the right choice, because life is full of a lot of hard and difficult choices. Part of that conversation is to be honest. Be honest with them about how hard life is and how hard those choices are. People are bad because it feels good to be bad. People are selfish and greedy. People are mean to others because it makes them feel better. It makes them feel good. And they're going to struggle with that. And just to pretend like the world is filled with good guys and bad guys, which movies and video games already kind of set them up to think that way, it doesn't prepare them for the difficult decisions that they're going to face when the people that they think are good guys are making the wrong choices. So give them your values, talk about reality, face it honestly and together, and they will have a ton of confidence and courage when they go forth to make their own decisions. Last strategy: quiz your kids. I know this sounds like a teacher thing, but ask them. See if they can actually say it back to you, especially when they're asking you questions that they should be answering themselves. And there's a lot more of those than you realize. There are a ton of questions that they should be able to process and answer correctly. What's our motto? Find a way. What's rule number 1? Stick together. What do we say about comparing? It steals our joy, or someone else's. Get those phrases, get those ideas, those principles coming out of your mouth, and then ask them to come out of their mouths. It'll give them the tools they need to make their own decisions and encourage them to do what's right. My name is Luke. This is Parent Academy. I hope it helps.